I've had a real bad day, so much I want to say. I'll type away and rant until my fingers can't. It's social media meltdowns.
Hi there. Happy Passover, huh? Welcome back to Social Media Meltdowns. I'm Sean Polovsky, and for those of you who don't know, what you're about to see is a show with a bunch of comedians and variety acts performing real social media posts, comments, reviews from places like Facebook, Yelp, Twitter, Instagram, and more. So I thought I would start off. In the very first episode of Social Media Meltdowns, I performed a Facebook group post from a Bridezilla who had very specific dress code requirements. Well, there was a disgruntled follow-up. Hello, invitees. A very important update. Please read. It has come to my attention that someone went all the way down in this group's creation to screenshot the dress code requirements. The screenshot was taken wildly out of context. Now, was it? It has now gone semi-viral on Facebook and Reddit, and now on this show. I've seen my post twice on my regular Facebook account. Knowing someone went behind my back is the worst feeling anywhere. And boy, will you be paying. You mean like $3,000 for a pair of Christian Louboutin shoes and a Burberry scarf? Yeah. Therefore, I am announcing one of the most unique parties you will ever be invited to in your life, besides my actual wedding. In honor of the snitch who sold me out, I will be hosting the first ever polygraph party at my house this Saturday at 8 p.m. Is this bitch for real? What is she, Law and Order? Bring your inner Sherlock Holmes, because we will be hunting out the snitch who put me on blast. Oh, suddenly she's Joe Pesci, huh? You think I'm kidding? I'm not. We just bought a real polygraph test for $99 on Amazon. Big deal. I just spent $1,000 on Amazon for toilet paper. If you can't make it to the polygraph party, you will be presumed guilty unless you can provide a valid excuse. I promise, as long as you're innocent, you have nothing to worry about. Oh, believe me, no one is worried. I highly suggest whoever did this, just tell me. I won't retaliate. I will simply cut all ties and communication with you and talk shit about you for a long, long time. If you violated or have any information about who violated my trust in my wedding planning, I will give you, wait for it, $100. Next, if any of you are unhappy with the dress code requirement, it's okay. You can instead help the crew clean up after dinner or volunteer to take videos of our dance or even contribute to the honeymoon. Okay, you shitting me? You can come to my wedding and be a janitor? No. Finally, I am outraged at the comments these internet trolls have made about the dress code. Do you f***ing know me? Do you know why we're doing things this way? No! Then shut up! Go back to your scum basement and play video games and never f***ing make comments about people you don't know! My husband and I are spiritual healers with over 10 years of experience. Of course they are. We met at a psychic's desensitization chamber like 12 years ago in Italy. So why not bring our traditions and our beliefs into our wedding? Leave us alone. Hey, it could be worse. You could be stuck in a quarantine with this girl.
This is my Yelp review of a recently burned down liquor store. This place used to have good deals on malt liquor and drug paraphernalia disguised as innocent items. But now that it burned down, there's a fence around it, and you can't even get inside the building. The staff used to be so apathetic, which I liked. It was nice buying bottles of Old English at 10 in the morning without feeling judged. Now, I gotta go all the way across town for that stuff, and that is a long way to go on a stolen bicycle. I hope they bring it back and rebuild it soon, so I can give it 5 stars. 5 stars! Come on! Ah! I just tore my sack!
Hey you guys, it's Courtney. I'm still in recovery from the freak bitch of nature, Kim. And that's, I guess, all I will say about that whore. She thought it would be hilarious if I read some comments. She said I had like horrible, like totally terrible, like crazy, super mean comments on all of my videos. And I said that I would just read them to prove that they weren't as bad as hers, since she is a whore. Here we go. First comment. Whatever she's doing is clearly working because she looks like she's the youngest Kardashian sister. I refuse to believe that this woman is 40 years old. Kim was right. These are totally scathing. The least interesting to look at, said Kim. Courtney is so natural and beautiful. Why is no one mentioning how gentle she is with her face? I wish I could be that patient. Well, you can be that patient. She looks plastic. It's unbelievable how narcissistic one can be. Oh, I thought this was Kim.
Okay, so beginning of this year, I decided to do a New Year's resolution. I never do them, but this year I decided to do one. I was about 185 pounds. I wanted to lose 10 pounds, get to 175. Thought that's a good idea. Thought it's even a better idea to post it on Instagram, post pictures of me running, and then take a picture of the scale with me on the scale and post that and show how I'm losing weight. Thought that was a great idea until I did my first post and people did not write encouraging words saying, oh, good job, we're with you, but rather they started saying, your toes are ugly. I'm like, bastard, I'm trying to help you lose weight. You're telling me my toes are ugly? So then I started wearing socks and I thought that was a good solution until I did this post in the beginning of March. I said, guys, it's been a crazy year, but I'm back, second day in a row running 30 minutes, almost to my goal of 175. Get out and exercise, folks. Let's turn 2020 around. Hashtag Maz Challenge. There's the picture of me exercising, and there is the picture of my weight, 176 pounds. I was feeling good about myself until I started reading the comments, and one of the comments that I read was, one guy said, if you shave your legs, you're gonna feel much lighter. Okay, you bastard, get the hell out of here. But the next guy says, what happened to your foot, bro? It's like burned or something. I was like, what? My foot is burned? I have socks on. How can you see my foot? Then the next person says, had the same question in mind. Now I'm getting worried. I'm like, maybe I'm missing something. Then someone comes in and goes, you mean legs? And then the first person gets mad at this person and goes, yeah, you idiot, I meant legs. What happened to your legs? They look burned. And I'm like, what? My legs look burned? What are you talking about? Then someone else says, what happened to your legs? You should seriously see a doctor. Now I'm getting worried. I'm like, what do you mean I gotta see a doctor? So I go to my wife and one more person, what happened to your legs? It seems there's a problem. Be careful. So if you look closer, look. The legs look purple. All right, my legs aren't purple. Look, here's my legs right here. They're not purple. They're good color. But the lighting in the room makes my legs look purple. All right, you assholes? Okay, then it keeps going. Someone says, when are you shooting Aladdin? You son of a bitch. Someone else then says, let me see. What happened to you, brother? Hope all is well. What do you mean what happened to me? I'm trying to get you to exercise, and you're now making me feel like I gotta go to the doctor to have him look at my purple legs. They're not even purple. Moral of the story, if you want to be an Instagram star, get better lighting in the room. Okay, bye.
Hello, my name is Tim and I'm the head of security for the Cowboy. I've been asked to take on the additional duty of social media management while the museum is closed. I'm new to this but excited. My team will also continue to protect and monitor the museum. Thanks, Tim. Send. This is the hat and eye patch the Duke wore in the movie True Grit. They are part of our exhibition about the 2 True Grit. Lots of interesting props and clothes. I'm told I can't try it on. Hashtag John Wayne. Lucas, my grandson, told me to use hashtags. Thanks, Tim. Twitter tips, please. Sorry, I thought I was Googling that. Thanks, Tim. And these are his boots. Hashtag John Wayne. Thanks, Tim. Lucas, can you read this? We have a very cool photography exhibition right now called Dorothea Lange, Politics is Seeing, that runs through May 20th, 2020. Her photographs are very moving. That is a photo of her. She looks like someone I'd want to have a beer with. Thanks, Tim. This is one of her photos of people lined up at a Social Security office in San Francisco trying to get unemployment benefits in 1937. It was a tough time then, and it looks like it's going to be a tough time now. But we get through these times together, don't we? Thanks, Tim. Hello, Lucas and Kira. There's a snake in my boot. Here are Woody and his friends from Toy Story. They're part of our Find Your Western exhibition exploring the West role in popular culture. Watch this movie with the grandkids. Tried to catch them moving, Lucas and Kira. Thanks, Tim. Thanks for all the tips, friends. Realize I have been doing the hashtags wrong. I need to use that pound sign from the phone. I'm learning. Here's his costume from True Grit from 1969, courtesy of John Wayne Enterprises. Pound sign hashtag John Wayne. Thanks, Tim. Seth the Marketing said people would love to have me take some photos of our selfie stations in the Cowboy. Here's one from the Rodeo Gallery. Enjoy. Thanks, Tim. Didn't get the selfie station photo quite right. I get it now. Here's the selfie station in the Warhol in the West running through May 10, 2020. Thanks, Tim. Here's a sculpture by Frederick Remington called the Bronco Buster Cast in 1918. What do you guys think of it? Seth in Marketing told me that asking questions on the social media is good for engagement. Let's get engaged. Lol. Thanks, Tim. I'm very happily married to Tina, though. Want to borrow some lip balm? You're looking kind of chapped. Lucas, my grandson, didn't think it was that funny, but I think you guys will LOL. Pound sign hashtag the Cowboy. Thanks, Tim. I'm wearing a lot of hats now. Here's some hats I can't wear. They're behind glass. Seth in Marketing told me I could share this web address of a virtual tour of the Cowboy. It's a long address, so get a pen and paper ready. Pound sign hashtag the Cowboy. Thanks, Tim. artsandculture.google.com/streetview/nat ... Good night, Lucas and Kira. Have cowboy dreams. Someone suggests that I post a TikTok. It's from our Warhol in the West exhibition. Roy Rogers Alarm Clock, copyright 1951 from the Andy Warhol Museum, Pittsburgh. Founding collection contribution, the Andy Warhol Foundation for the Visual Arts Incorporated, TC 526.36, pound sign hashtag the Cowboy. Thanks, Tim. Logging off so I can saw some logs. Lol. See you all Monday. Pound sign hashtag the Cowboy. Thanks, Tim.
Hey everybody, comedian Vanessa Graddick here. Look, this is the first time I put on makeup in 2 weeks because I have been stuck in the house like all of us, as well we should be. So look, if you're like me, you didn't lock down a Rona boo. So you have nobody sitting at home and you're to the point, because we 2 weeks in, you to the point where you're looking at all these sex toys you done collected over the years thinking, maybe. You didn't think you were going to be desperate enough to use them, but this Rona got you desperate, don't it? So What I don't want you to do is walk in anything too hastily, using shit you ain't never used before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to periodically drop into social media meltdowns to let you guys know what you should and should not be using by giving you some reviews from the people. Because that's the best people to tell you, not the box, not the interwebs. We're talking the people. So the first one is going to be Tracy's dog. I think you put your hand behind it. That's what the influencers do. The kids told me to do that. Okay, so Tracy's dog is $43.99. This is what the people have to say. So I plugged this little bad boy in while the kids were at school and I waited for it to charge. Killing time, reading some erotica my friend recommended because I don't have time to screw around waiting to get into the mood. I gotta go get the kids in a few hours. So I need to be ready to go as soon as that little pink light comes on. Tick tock, bitch. Tick tock. So, welcome to motherhood. Patiently waiting me is checking to see if the light has stopped blinking every 10 minutes like a crackhead waiting for his dealer. And after only an hour and a half, winning, bam, sweet Jesus, the pink light is on. Game on. So, it took me a few minutes to get everything where I needed it to be, and that was a bit time consuming and slightly frustrating. But as with any new toy, trial and error, am I right? So me being me, I decided to go from 0 to 60 in 3.5 and made a minor adjustment on suction placement. At least I think that's what happened. I'm pretty sure I blacked out. My legs went straight out like those goats when they faint when they're scared. And I frantically tried to turn it off, but ended up making it go higher and higher like a maniac, sending even stronger vibrations, and came again. I'm pretty sure I levitated. This time my soul completely left my body and God himself came to me and said, "Child, not yet. Go back to the pink light." So I sat there in the bed, staring at the ceiling, dazed, trying to remember who I am and what year it is. I get up to try to clean up and realize my seizure-like orgasms have made me hurt my hip and my back. I didn't stretch enough. So in conclusion, this met and exceeded expectations. Hydrate. Make sure you don't have anything to do that involves making decisions or basic brain function for the rest of the day. And for the love of God, before you use Tracy's dog, stretch like you're about to run the 500-meter dash. Well, that's what the people had to say. Looks like somebody's putting a Tracy's dog in the cart.
When I was young, I never needed anyone. Making love was just for fun. Those days are gone. Living alone, I think of all the friends I've known. But when I dial the telephone, nobody's home. All by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself anymore. It's hard to be sure. Sometimes I feel so insecure. And love so distant and obscure remains the cure. All by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore. No offense. All by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself anymore. Don't wanna live by myself
Hi, my name is Sheila Ratner. Welcome to Captain Picard's holodeck, otherwise known as my isolation pod. I'll be reading tonight from Nextdoor. If you're not familiar with Nextdoor, it's a neighborhood app that connects people. Sometimes a thread starts with, hey, anybody know a good colorist and stylist in the neighborhood? And ends with, I'm gonna burn your fucking house down. Tonight I'll be reading a passage from Nextdoor that caught my eye a few months ago. Hey there! Wondering if anyone has a rake, old or new, that isn't fulfilling its divine mission in life to clean yards, but is simply sitting in a garage. A little bit of a judgment there. If you give it to me, I promise to support its quest towards self-actualization by making it useful in this material world. Namaste. Too much time on your hands. You must be a writer. That's a pretty subjective term. This is far too imaginative for you to be anything else. I've got some ideas. Except maybe a life coach. Bingo, we finally agree on something. Sorry, I had one, but gave it to Trump to use so there won't be any more forest fires. I think your comment is rude. This is not a public platform. It is a neighborhood. Actually, it's a neighborhood app, and it exists in a telephone or a laptop in outer space. It's not a neighborhood. A neighborhood is physical. This is an app. It's just in the outer space. Beyond the fact that the rake was a metaphor to describe the absolute failings of Governor Brown to devise a plan for clearing brush to prevent out-of-control forest fires, instead he looked the other way and actually promoted and then signed legislation. Trump used a metaphoric answer. Asterix. Sorry, the incompetence of politicos at all levels of government in the state really upset me. Could have just put that. That's just one simple sentence. I'm just voting for editing. Here's to editing. Trump wouldn't know a metaphor if it hit him in his head. I wish a metaphor would hit him in his head. I wish anything would hit him in his head. A house cat, I don't care. Something hit him in his head. He even said Finland rakes their forest and there's no fires. The people and his president don't know what he's talking about. That hasn't changed. Trump doesn't have any issues with denying climate change, which contributes to drought that makes forests a tinderbox, nor dumping coal debris in rivers or lifting pesticide bans that cause nerve damage in babies. Want a list? I could go on forever. My sarcastic remark was a metaphor for the stupidity of a rake being the solution of the number one issue of this planet. Oh, and by the way, I might have a rake. Not home now, I'll check when I get home. That's a shift in mood. There's one hanging out on Montana outside pavilions. Looks lonesome. What's with the anthropomorphizing of the rakes here? Are we going to start giving names to brooms now as well? Also, it's outside of the pavilions. Methinks it belongs to the pavilions. Are we just looting grocery stores now for your gardening needs? The real death toll was much higher with those fires. I was running rescue teams, believe me. Oh, we're back to the fires. Hey, what's in the water in Santa Monica? Best question yet on the thread. And finally from Tiffany, a meek and mild addition. Wait, so does anybody actually have a rake? Which coincidentally is the title of my memoir of living in Santa Monica. Does anyone actually have a rake?
Thanks again for watching Social Media Meltdowns. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, like, comment, share with your friends. You can also follow us on Instagram at Social Media Meltdowns. We also have a link below where you can donate to the comedians and the producers on Patreon who work really hard to put this show together for you. And we'd love to give a special shout out to SD Pix Presents and SDLGBTN.com. Thank you for your support. Also, The Red Cross needs blood, and well, let's face it, we've all got that. So if you're feeling generous, please go over there and help them out. Until then, see you next week on Social Media Meltdowns.
I've had a real bad day, so much I want to say. I'll type away and rant until my fingers can't. It's Social Media Meltdowns.